What's up, everyone? This is Soul with another kind of quick read-along sort of video of the latest Shadowlands alpha news. And we got some big news coming in, so we're gonna take a look at some of this stuff, react to it, and then, of course, invite you folks at home and on the toilet to, well, leave your own comments and, let me know what you think about what's going on here. So, first off is this announcement right here. Tune in June 9th for a live Shadowlands update. Set a reminder on your calendar for Tuesday, June 9th at 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time for a simulcast. I can't do it. For a stream live with World of Warcraft executive producer John Haidt and game director Ian Hezacostas. They'll share more about the upcoming Shadowlands expansion with a look at some of the newest content in development over on the YouTubes. And there we go. And that's it. So let's talk about this one first. Now, June 9th is 2 weeks, a little bit less than 2 weeks from today. That's a lot of lead off for a announcement. So it's gotta be big. It's gotta be something significant enough to want to reel in the hype and to get conversations and speculation going and stupid videos talking about the news. Gosh. But what could it be? One of the initial thoughts that came to mind was, okay, maybe it's beta. Maybe they're going to announce beta. Or maybe they're going to start beta, right then and there, like a classic Ian move. It's like, okay, we're going to talk about something beta. And you know what, guys? Guess what? It's live right now. I doubt it, though. I have serious doubts that they're going to start beta in the stage that alpha is in right now. Not to say that alpha is in a poor state, but it's still just extremely incomplete. There's still 2 zones to test out. There's still conduits. There's still 2 more classes, including the most important class ever that still needs to be available for testing in Torghast. And who knows what else. All sorts of things that I'm just neglecting to talk about. So I have serious doubts that they're going to be talking about beta being live right then and there. So don't count on that, in my opinion. I would count on a beta date, though. So Blizzard might be feeling confident enough to say, hey, you know what? This is our roadmap. This is how we plan on releasing the rest of the Shadowlands alpha in these sorts of stages. And from there, we'll have the beta within this sort of time frame. So in a way, this sort of announcement is a way to give us some confidence, give us a little bit something more to feel better about or to look forward to, something like that. The fact that John Haidt is on here too, he's the executive producer of WoW, but previously he was, for the most part, kind of the frontman, the headman for WoW Classic. So I wonder if we're going to get some WoW Classic announcements too, such as, because I don't think we've heard very much about future upcoming phases that are coming for Classic WoW. So they might be talking about that and how that's going to be coming soon. And that's going to be part of this big old Blizzard roadmap for the next couple of weeks, months, years, whatever. But what if there's more? What if John Haidt is like, okay, guys, we appreciate everyone who's loving WoW Classic. It's doing great. We have a really healthy community and we're really grateful, yada, yada, yada. Let's talk about Classic BC. And so we might get more hints dropped that, oh my gosh, Classic BC could be a thing. And they may come out with an official announcement, because now that we're kind of free, now that Blizzard is sort of free from saving announcements for BlizzCon, which, as you know, has been canceled, unfortunately, for 2020, they're free to announce whatever they like, whenever they like, sort of, as long as, everything's kind of in line. So we might see something, we might see or hear something about Burning Crusade Classic. It's more likely we're going to get a roadmap for the future of Shadowlands and for the future of WoW Classic. That's kind of my take from these things. But now, for what is probably the more controversial announcement or the controversial reveal that just came out very, very recently, let me just click over because I wanted to kind of lead up to this. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Boop. New customization options for Blood Elves and Void Elves. Let's read off first, all right? In an upcoming Shadowlands alpha build, which may be this week, Void Elves will be receiving some new customization options that some of you may be interested in, winky face. We wanted to give you an early look at a few of these new options available to the two races, with the first being several shades of blue eyes to choose from. So, Void Elf blue eyes on top, Blood Elf blue eyes on bottom. Let's see if I click this, will this mess things up? So here we go. I mean, they're like, okay, green. We're familiar with the green on Blood Elves, but now we have like this light and this light and slightly faded blue turquoise. Whereas the Void Elf ones, they're more, they're bluer. It's a weird. I don't know colors very well. I don't know how to identify colors very well. Okay, but we have the familiar glows, followed by these more subtle blues. But yeah, these hues are markedly different from what we've seen before. I think of what's her name, Varisa Windrunner, and how she has a very deep kind of blue eyes, which I think are like the best looking out of any of them. My opinion, though. Okay, let me try to get back here. All right, so here we go with the ladies. Yeah, so you can kind of see here, it's a little bit hard to tell, but the eyes here on the Void Elf, it's a little bit more familiar. It's a little bit more like what you would see on Varisa's eyes. These are just a little bit brighter. But yeah, they do have very distinct and unique shades from each other. And then, of course, we have the familiar looks. Looking good, ladies. Okay, very nice. Let's go back. All right, additionally, Blood Elves will have the option to choose from a variety of new skin colors, and Void Elves will inherit the skin color options that are available to Blood Elves. Here is a glimpse of the potential characters you can create with some of the new options. And so I love this. Like, this is why I've been hesitating to talk about this for so long, because I just wasn't sure like what they were going to do. But yeah, let's take a look at the dudes. So we have our classic Blood Elf pale look, and then here, third from the left is, kind of a darker look, but, still something familiar. But now we're seeing like these sort of like amber looking eyes, and this is very different skin tone. They almost look kind of sick and whatnot. And then we have these very dark skin, olive skin elves with the cool hair. They look cool. They look really neat. I really dig the look of these guys. And then now let's take a look at the ladies right over here. So we have some really cool tones, familiar ones that are, that are towards the outside, less familiar ones towards the center, which give this really cool kind of ethnic look that, normally, we're used to the idea of elves looking and feeling a certain way. These days, not so much. It's more like elves have become much more worldly and just diverse than before. So now we're looking at new Void Elf customization options, and I'm looking at all this stuff for the first time. By the way, I'm on stream right now, so the new Void Elf stuff. So we're familiar with this one on the far left, but now we have something that's familiar to to what Blood Elves are going to get pretty soon, and now we have them just looking like normal elves, which I think is great, because why not, right? I get that Void Elves have like a very distinct look that can make them have this purplish hue to them because of void-ish things going on. But why not have Void Elves that I would say like, oh, they have better control over the powers of the void, or they're new to this, guys. They're new to this void stuff, and so they still can retain like their particular skin tone. I think that's okay. I'm not that kind of I'm not that conservative. Okay, let's take a look at the ladies again. Half naked, like the boys love them. Okay, familiar ones are the second and the fourth, and then actually Void Elves. I'm sorry. So I think this is cool. We get to see differentiation of hairstyles between the two races, but at the same time, they're still elves, right? I think that's cool. I have a feeling that not everyone thinks the same way. No need to look at the comments. I'd rather hear from you folks at home and elsewhere. Like, what do you guys think of these new customization options? Because at this point, it's just like, hey, we're getting all of it. And one thing that I do recall off the top of my head is that I think it was like a couple of weeks ago when Ian said, don't trust the data mining. Blood elves are not going to get these blue eyes and other such things. And he fibbed in a sense. They're getting distinctly blue eyes. They get these distinct shades, whereas void elves are going to get these distinct shades. And essentially, they're still the same people. So many of us have gone into all sorts of debates over, well, this is why they can't have blue eyes and these can, or other such things. Let's just get over it. I know I'm being dismissive of a lot of these roleplay concerns and all that, but I'm okay with this. It's not the end of the world. But if you think it's the end of the world, go ahead and preach your doom in a comment below. That's totally cool to me. But otherwise, let's get out of here. Again, let me know what you think of all this stuff below. Are you still looking forward to Shadowlands? Is it all burning in majestic fire? I hope to hear from you soon. But until then, let's get out of here. I'll see you for the next thing that I do. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe for more of this and all things Warcraft. See you next time. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.